So, we're going to start with the top 5 podcast. Today's guest is Hannibal Bligh. And every time I say your name, Hanny, I want to say Hannibal Beers because I like that comic, but that's my favorite Hannibal going at the moment. But before we get going and say welcome our guest, let's have a top 5 roll call.
Let me hit this ball first. No! Dayman here. Already losing at putt-putt. Yay.
Stupido Einsteini of the Tampa Bay Rays here.
I am Chalk Banana. I finished the hole before Dayman did, and I was picked third after Dayman was.
I feel bad for your wife.
I am Leopold Pollersbeck, right-handed pitcher for your Milwaukee Braves, and I would like to inform Shock that it's not about how fast you finish. Milwaukee Braves?
I think he did say Milwaukee Braves.
Milwaukee Braves. I'm very tired.
Oh boy. Wait, is this an announcement?
No.
A rebranding announcement?
Exclusive.
It is not an announcement. Unfortunately, it is not an announcement, but I was going to make a joke about finishing first versus finishing well, but obviously I'm not capable of doing that since I've said Milwaukee Braves, so whoops.
Fair enough.
Oh, shit.
Do we have a Griff visit?
We do. He is currently on the screen.
Griff! We love him. He completes us.
Our piss man.
He is our 16-bit Griffey.
Are you doing that thing where you just kind of wave him around the screen a little bit?
Yes, and then that
Or
thing where
maybe
I
you don't ruin the
accidentally-
illusion and you just let the fact that Griff visits us.
Griff is waving himself around the screen on his own with no help from any of us.
And then I do that thing
And
where I
welcome to our
accidentally...
aforementioned guest, Hanny. Hanny, would you like to say something to let the viewers know what you sound like?
Apparently, I think I just 8-putted that last hole.
That's
So
a solid start. I
things
assume
are
this is your
going
first
well.
time playing mini golf on Discord.
That is correct.
Got
We're
it.
all pros at this point.
Yeah,
Not me.
sometimes some of our guests, like Tucker, I'm pretty sure practice.
Mhm.
Calling
Yeah.
you
Oh,
out, Tucker.
100%.
Calling you up. Yeah, that dude was ringers. So yeah. So we have a long list of questions. We're switching it up a bit for Hanny, and we're trying a new thing basically where we make questions around our guests as opposed to just asking the same stock questions over and over again. It's a new day for the Top 5 podcast.
It's 'cause
We're upping our production value.
It's Hanny deserves it. Hanny is, I think I said this in the chat. I asked Hanny if he is like the only like universally beloved person in MLR. He of course said no, which is exactly what the most universally beloved person in MLR would say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but trust me, it's not me.
so then an unscripted question: who doesn't like you, Hanny? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know.
People who are wrong. That's
or who do you
What a
think is the
great
most-
introductory question.
Jackass. Jackass are the only people who don't like Hannibal Bligh.
I mean, being a moderator for over a year now, you make enemies. No, but I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if there were people out there, especially involved in the recent drama from last season, who probably don't appreciate what how things were handled, and I was obviously included in that as one of the mods. So, even if it's just a blanket, I hate everybody, I'm still in the middle of that. So,
As a part of everybody, you are,
Yeah.
I guess, in some cases. Fair enough. So let me get to the real questions. And we all have hopefully done our homework and read the story, and we know you've posted it. But some of the people have joined the league since you've posted. Can you tell us a little bit about your name and where it comes from?
sure. So first off, I will say my wife does plan on listening to this, so I'm going to be very respectful in this.
Shout out Hannibal.
So-
Not only is he the most loved person in MLR, his wife actually listens to the podcast.
He has a
That's-
wife.
I really
I mean, I
appreciate
didn't
your guest, man.
give two shits about this podcast.
Yeah. My wife appreciates the podcast insofar as she gets to lay on the couch without me bothering her.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just for a little background info, back when I was in college, we were bored, not socially great group of friends. So, played a lot of board games and stuff, and Trivial Pursuit was one of the big ones. And one day, I won on not my first turn, but I did everything on one turn. I answered 26 consecutive questions correctly, got all the pies, got in the middle and won.
Celebratory event. That's really impressive.
Right. So I retired from Trivial Pursuit at that point because it's not going to get any better, right?
You've completed the world.
Peaked.
I have nothing left to achieve.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Peaked.
So you fast forward a few years later. My wife, he had actually moved in with a group of us. So, group of the friends had gotten an apartment. One of the friends left, and we needed somebody to take the spot. And she just happened to be looking. She worked with one of the other roommates, and she was looking for a place to stay. So, I was like, "All right, perfect. You come move in." And I want to say, not too long, maybe a month later, we actually started dating. And there was one night where me, her, and the mutual friend who she worked with and introduced us were hanging out. And she, we wanted to play. I don't know if she wanted to play or how we came across it, but we played Trivial Pursuit. This is one of the first times, if not the first time, I played in years. And oh, hey, hole in one, nice.
Holy shit! That was insane.
Did we all get a hole in one?
I think so.
Nice.
There was definitely a lot of them.
While we're talking about the game, I won the last one, and I'm very excited about it. So, just wanted to say that. Andy just got another hole in one right in front of me.
So did I.
I don't. Yeah.
They're on.
So anyway, we busted out the Trivial Pursuit game, and we were playing. And one of the questions was related to, the Carthaginian general riding into the Alps on elephants, and it took me a little bit to remember, but I was like, no, I'm going to get this. They were pressuring me a little bit on the Jeopardy clock sort of thing, but I was like, I'm going to get this, and I just got quiet for a while. Finally came out with Hannibal. It was like, yeah, that's correct.
The correct answer, yes.
Yeah. So then later on, there was another similar situation, and it was about the mutiny on the Bounty, and the captain and what happened.
Dayman!
And
Sorry.
then, no worries. And so then I did another delayed kind of, if you ever watch the BBC Sherlock where he goes into his mind palace, it was that kind of thing where I just sit quietly and just let my brain do its thing, and finally came out with Captain Bligh. And, essentially that ended the game because my wife basically stopped the game right there, and we left the living room. So
I get it. I'm also aroused at hearing the story, so I get it.
It's a PG-13 podcast, so.
Yeah,
sorry.
that's
Fade
yeah. But
Air one fuck.
Wait, that's
The
where you
the
were going
punic
with this?
the
Wait a
punicors
minute.
are very 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 spicy to me too.
The
Yeah.
Romans
So-
in general are-
Well, look, it wasn't the Punic Wars. It was the Mind Palace. She entered the Mind Palace with him. When I read the story, what I hear, she entered the palace too, took it all in, and thought, "This is the man." That's what
I'd like to stay
I don't know.
here
She can
maybe.
confirm in the comments if she'd like. But that's what I heard.
Yeah.
But
Shout out
so then it
Zand.
kind of became just the combination Hannibal Bligh. To me, it yelled two things to me. Number one was like, that's just like a random '60s baseball player name,
Yeah.
and also it could be the name of some like noir detective.
It definitely
I
sounds
hear
like
beat poet.
it definitely sounds like some dude who used to like do acid and then pitch perfect games in like 1962.
Yeah. Like Doc Ellis.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
Yeah,
it was like
fair.
his cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just those two things stuck together with me, and I got the idea
Fortune
of
falls. Fortune falls.
doing
Fortune falls.
possibly writing a book with a detective, like a baseball player who got injured and became a private detective. Kind of
I'm here
thing.
for it. I'm fucking here
So-
for it.
Yeah. So I finished the first draft like 5 years ago and have touched it here and there for editing, but pretty much after we had a kid, my writing slowed down, and I was never happy with it. And I want to revisit it because I have ideas for it for a continued series, not just one book. But it's a classic, I think, author thing where you've got the whole universe planned out, but it's like you actually need to write the thing.
Yeah.
You write the first one to get it going. So
I've been going to publish my dissertation since, like, I finished it, and then the children.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I'm sure that if I really got down to it, I could find the time here and there, lunch break, whatever, to keep working on it. But part of my problem is when it came to writing, I've always preferred drafting instead of editing. So once the story is like out of my brain on the paper or on the computer, I lose a little interest in it.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
You-
you really make the story when you're doing the editing, and
Yes.
so
Yes.
you have to get in that mindset, and I have a hard time with that. So that's been part of it too. But I've really been wanting to get back to it lately, and just have to figure out how to do it.
But I personally edit. Well, so I didn't write fiction, right? But I wrote academic work and whatever. I write in my head, and I work it through in my head, and then it's like, all right, I got it on paper. That's it. It's done. That's not how it works. That's beyond like a terrible approach. But that's how it worked in my head. So I understand a little bit of what you're saying.
It's funny you say that because I feel like I know like a few like people with doctorates that are like that. They're like the hardest thing is just getting it down, and then at that point you're like, it's chill, but it's like not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I went and got drunk at a soccer game the other night, and my buddy he's got
No soccer.
it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I saw 3 goals. I actually saw 4 goals, but the damn refs missed one.
That's a lot for a soccer game.
It was great. I also drank like 4
No.
alcoholic beverages in 2.5 hours, which is more than I've drank in the last 2 years, and it was a lot of fun. Anyways, my buddy is editing his dissertation into a book. He's got a contract in hand and everything like that, and he's going through it right now. And he's like, "How the hell did I miss all of this stupid stuff?"
Oh yeah.
So, Hanny with the victory.
Man.
Nice.
As someone who is writing a master's thesis, it'd be like that.
It do be like that. If I had time, man, I'd offer to read it with you and like offer suggestions, just like get a second eyes, because that's all helped me. But I don't have time for that stuff.
I think we should just turn this episode of the podcast into having Hannibal read out the entirety of it without interruption.
It's like a threat
Yeah.
level. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
a threat level midnight reading
While we all play mini golf.
silently.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, guys. This has been great.
Yep, go ahead.
Man.
Take it away from here.
So let's circle back to MLR, Hanny. When did you start? What season and what pick were you?
Season 5, and I was the 4th overall pick by the Montreal Expos.
Nice.
God,
How long
And
did
it
you
was-
stay?
And it was one of those where I knew I was going to go to Montreal if I made it that far. I think it was obvious. One of the few. They actually traded up for me. They had 2 first-round picks because of the, what year was it? So, the off-season, we have, like, the Summer Sadness tournament. For those who didn't make the...
Yeah. Playoffs.
I don't know if you've seen that since you guys are so new. We have a tournament basically in the off season for those that don't make the playoffs, and it's usually seasonally named. So there's the Summer Sadness or the Winter Woes.
Yes, I've
And whoever,
heard of that.
yeah, and whoever wins it gets an additional comp pick basically after the first round. So Montreal traded those 2 picks that they had because they had won to move up to number 4. So I was always flattered by that. Thanks, guys.
Shout out.
And yet
But
you're an
I ended
angel
up,
now.
yeah, I ended up staying there for 2 years. I wanted to GM a team eventually, and after 2 years, I decided to try free agency just to see what kind of offers I'd get. And I was offered a co-GM job with Detroit under Axe Finesse. I'm sure you've heard the name.
I have heard.
I have.
We have.
That's actually kind of surprising.
Yeah. Well, so here's the weird thing, right? You talk about me being a beloved figure, but the 2 people I've probably connected to the most in this server are Wheeler, who has his moments in the past. He was a lot worse than he is, I think.
Wait. I'm sorry. This is good Wheeler?
Shout out
Yeah,
Wheeler.
you're currently experiencing good Wheeler.
The Wheeler redemption.
Can we all
Bro,
tell
this is
can we all
the
tell a
best Wheeler
Wheeler
could be.
story really fast?
Yeah,
I don't have one. Go ahead.
I would just say that for like a month straight, Wheeler sent me updates about how he was gonna steal the fish out of the pond at his apartment complex because like his landlords were being assholes, and the whole time I was just gassing him up, like, do it, fuck yeah, dude, like do it, put him in the pond where you're moving to for like literally like a month straight. It was fucking hilarious. Peak Wheeler in my opinion.
Did he steal a fish?
I don't think he did. It was pretty much just a cock
okay.
tease, unfortunately.
No, I think fortunately, I don't think we want to have Wheeler get arrested for stealing fish.
I mean, that'd be peak Wheeler in my
Do
opinion.
we not?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Anyways.
nah.
Fair enough.
He's all right. He just, like I said, I think there was a stretch early on, even before I started, where he got a bad rep, and I think he's gone away from that a lot. So don't tell him, because I don't think he'll ever listen to this. But I
don't know
like
if
the
he
guy all right.
If you do,
I like
Wheeler,
the guy all right.
shout
But
out.
anyway, the 2 guys were Wheeler and Axe, of all people. And with Axe, it was mainly, to be honest with you, I think it was more a proximity of age and some similar interests like pro wrestling and other things. And I'm a reference guy, like a pop culture reference guy, and I think we were on similar wavelengths when it came to things. So he would make references that 98% of the server wouldn't get, but I do right away, and that sort of thing. But I'm sure we'll come back to Axe a little later.
Are you a big Venture Brothers guy?
I'm not, and that's just a matter
Wow.
of I never sat down to watch it.
Like that is like peak referential humor right there.
Yeah. No, I've heard nothing but great things about it. And I like a lot of the voice actors involved. I just never, like, I didn't have Comedy or Cartoon Network when it was originally on, and I never went back to watch it
Got it.
after the fact. But yeah, so I went with Axe to Detroit. And I was co-GM there for season 7 and for most of season 8. Towards the end of season 8, Chuck Engel, who was the GM of St. Louis at the time, hit 9 autos, so he was going to get mutinied automatically if he hit another one. So he went ahead and resigned. I ended up getting the position. And the Cardinals were really good that year. We won 1 playoff game, I think, after I took over, but then we didn't make it to the championships. I always felt bad about that because I think Tingle put together a great team, and bad circumstances just kind of, who knows how far they could have gone if it was still him in charge. But so I stayed on, obviously, as GM for season 8, and a similar thing happened to me, where autos caught up and I had to resign. It was like, I understand, I think, some of the frustrations Tinkle ended up having with them. Like the team was great, a bunch of great guys, but very quiet, not as active, and it was just frustrating at times where you knew the auto was coming, and just nobody was online. You would pay, you couldn't get anybody, and it was tough.
Yeah.
So, Fats took over for St. Louis, and I think he's done a fantastic job. And I think that team is going to do great. You're welcome, Dayman, because without me, you would not have been the number 1 overall pick, at least to St. Louis.
Thanks.
That sounded like Damon. I'd never pick you, but what it really was we did kind of bad, I think. And
I feel like that was
Yeah.
It was.
saying he
It's-
sucked really bad.
It's unfortunate because we have started 0-3 now as of today, so it's like really hitting me kind of.
Yeah, and what's funny is I've picked you guys every week and pick them
Me fucking too, bro.
because I
Me
think
fucking
strongly.
too.
I think strongly of the team. Like, it was a great team that was really starting to come together. I think towards the end of my tenure there,
Yeah, there's.
and I think Fats has done a great job.
I mean, Jumbo and Waffles are like
Picking up
Paper
from
Cup
there.
all-stars.
Yeah, Waffles is just one of my favorites. Like,
Dude, shout out Waffles. I know Waffles will probably never watch this, but like, real shout out. What a good fucking dude, man. Love that guy. Shout
Yeah.
out to you, Waffles. Also, he's really fucking good. Like,
yeah,
yeah, he's got the yellow all-star role in our server for a reason. I'll say that much.
but yeah, I also had to, I gotta give Dayman a little crap because of our current MILR game.
Okay, backstory is that my Brant and I's team is playing the team that Hannibal and Uga and Teddy are on, the Burbs, and just so happens that I'm umping a game in MLN for Uga's team, the Aruba Sea Serpents, against New
Well,
Orleans.
I let Uga know we talked about him.
Yeah, yeah. And we're just like, I was waiting for Dirk to send a pitch, and Uga said something about how he was winning in all 3 of his games. And I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm about to hit a home run right now. And then I did. And Hannibal was pitching.
Oh wow, what was the pitch?
It was
Curveball.
A meatball, it sounds like.
Yeah.
somewhere in the 800s, I think.
So yeah,
I can't remember.
the slider that didn't slide.
The slider that got hung up. Trying to mount the comeback right now, down by 1.
Mm-hmm.
The classic up in the zone slider.
The unfortunate thing is I have yet to win a game yet.
But
So
Right?
Haha.
keep that in mind. Your next. Hey, fuck you, Leo.
I have a win in MILR and MLR. It's pretty nice.
How did Harvard do? This is gonna sound
Bad.
shitty. I don't mean it shitty. I
Bad.
don't remember. How did? Okay,
Bad.
got it.
I mean, not as bad as
So is it like
WSU, but we
You're a
won like
great
2
clubhouse
games.
guy, but just kind of suck on the field. Is that what it is?
Bro, look at my stats. They're
I don't.
Daily is
good?
It's kind of mashing.
they're good. Like, they're not like insane, but they are definitely not bad. Like an ML and
Not my
MI.
talk level of crazy.
No,
And not
my
th-
doc is a beast.
there's someone else too.
Amazing.
Another, I can't remember if they're a rookie or not, but there's someone who I've seen fucking hit like so many RBIs. I feel like.
It's also Steve. Didn't he pop it off?
No, there's another dude that's like he's got like 5 or 6. He had 5 or 6 hits in the first
Yeah.
session and a half. I
um,
can't remember his name.
Strawberry?
No,
I mean,
I think
Strawberry's
it's a rookie. I think it's
Strawberry's doing good too. Somebody on Houston also had like 7 or 8 hits in the span of like 2 games or some shit.
Ola.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Four.
like Strawberry had hits in his first 5 at bats.
Yes.
It was a record.
Yeah, something like that. I do recall that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And MILR, I've only played one.
I have
just
one
played
hit.
one
It
game.
was great, but I suck otherwise. So
Sorry, you're a great presence in the clubhouse, I think.
I'm like-
probably honestly, I've been stirring shit up. I think political conversations. I'm sure people are annoyed with me.
Fair. Oh man. I need to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Last place again.
Mm.
I don't know how I snuck a win in there in the middle of all this.
It was a good win, though.
It's very hard.
What's your
Oh, yeah.
We talked a little bit about your history. What's your favorite highlight? Do you have an MLR highlight that stands out?
I was trying to think of it. Nothing specific for me, because to be honest with you, my career up until this point hasn't been the best as far as stats go.
Okay.
I have statistically the worst pitching season ever with a minimum of I think 14 innings.
Wait, are you a
Looking
pitcher?
I was.
Got it. Now I
So
understand. Okay, so this is why.
Yeah, I was drafted as a third baseman. When I moved to Detroit as a co-GM, I switched to a pitcher role. Actually, I think I might have been the pinch hit GM, so I could just be a pitcher. I forget how it worked. Because in season 6 in the minor leagues, the previous incarnation of MILR, I was pitcher of the year in season 6.
Nice.
Damn.
So I was like, all right, well, cool. I'll switch, and it'll help out the team because they needed a pitcher and everything like that. And then
Famous last words.
I really stunk up the joint. Yeah, season 7, I really stunk up the joint there. So I finished with an ERA over 10. So
Holy shit.
so I was like, all right, I'm not going to pitch anymore. But in the minors, positions
Call
don't
that away
matter.
now.
Yeah. And then the positions don't matter, and anybody can pitch and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, all right, yeah, I'll do it. Why not? And it has been okay, if it wasn't for Dayman.
The game that you pitched basically until, like, it still has been insanely good, except for, like, 3 times. But for, like, at least 4 innings, it was just like, motherfucker, this fucking guy. Like, absolutely saucing us. But we'll see. It was really funny too because we were shit talking Calvin, and then he hit a home run, which as that happens because he didn't have a hit yet, and we were just like, as you do.
Oh, good. I'm glad I could help him there.
Prove me wrong. He immediately tagged
You're just a nice guy all around, Handy. That's the thing.
It's how nice you are. Just let me get there.
Yeah. First hit.
Well,
Are you?
Calvin. Okay.
Just letting more and more players like you.
Yeah.
It would become the
got me
the most
roasted.
liked players, you just give up dingers to them all.
It does make sense that someone with a high ERA is beloved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me with this shit?
Probably nobody talked me into being a pitcher again.
On the Angels.
But yeah, so as far as MLR highlights, I remember season 5. There was a classic game between the Expos and the Mets. This isn't my highlight. This is just one of those things that stands out to me. Like Hayden Morfer from the former Expos GM, and I think it was against Tyburn on the Mets, and it was like a 9-inning game. I want to say. It was just a pitching, 1-1 tie going into it. So it was ridiculous. It was just kind of a masterpiece to watch, and the Expos ended up winning. But there's nothing compared to the 13-inning or 14-inning game Cubs and Cardinals did this year.
It was 13. I hate that.
13, okay.
I hate that.
How'd that one end?
Let's not talk about this. What the fuck is this?
I don't think David wants to talk about that one.
Shout out Aaron Pickles though, because by the 8th inning or honestly maybe the 10th inning, it was just Aaron Pickles and I just shit posting kill me gifs in game of the moment as we just went back and forth striking out every fucking at bat. Man.
But I gotta say, even with that, I still think it's better than the Manfred runner.
Honestly, it was more. It was more fun than eventually getting to the point where the bases are automatically loaded.
Yeah.
But man, it was fucking horrible. The worst part too was that we took the lead in the 8th, and then they just hit a solo homer and tied back up, and we were just we were like, oh no, this is not fucking good. Man. Yeah, we've lost 3 really fucking close games.
You're welcome, I gotcha.
Fucking
Okay.
fans.
We're gonna turn it personal for the next question, if you guys don't mind. Hannah, you okay with that?
Of course.
So we have to start off with a fuck cancer and ask how you're doing.
Doing all right. So I am past the halfway point in my treatment.
Nice.
So, and the first scans we did afterwards showed everything decreasing 30 to 50%, which is about as best as you could hope for, but short
Awesome.
of it all being gone right away,
Yeah,
which doesn't happen. So,
got it.
and it is just for those who don't know, who've never, it was, I have colon cancer that's spread. So I'm just in the middle of dealing with all that. In fact, Wednesday is treatment for around 8 out of 12. But I've been lucky in that side effect wise, I haven't really been affected with a lot of the classic symptoms that you hear about when it comes to like nausea, not eating, not being able to get out of bed, things like that.
Yeah.
I haven't missed a meal yet, what I keep saying.
Good.
Occasional nausea early on, but really not a lot. And I get pills for that just in case, but I haven't even gone through my first like round that they gave me, so I haven't had to
That's
do a
awesome.
refill or anything like that. So I knock on wood, it's been about a best case scenario as you can ask for when you're told
Right.
you're staring the reaper in the face. So
Yeah.
but I gotta say, I just really want to shout out everybody out there. When I mentioned it or announced it or whatever, there were so many teams that changed their hype roles. A lot of support and strong words from people. That just it was one of those moments where there can be a lot of toxicity out there, but at the same time, when the community comes together, it's just a beautiful thing. And I really want to thank everybody out there who took the time to reach out or to do something like that. I think was it Baltimore created a custom patch that they said they were going to be wearing on their jerseys for the last couple games of the season. Things like that. It's just the outpouring was unexpected, to say the least, and it's one of those things that I think has helped because you need to have a positive attitude with this, and just knowing that you have all that support from people who don't even really know you. You're there's words on a screen with these people, but you still make amazing connections, and it just kind of goes to show it. And yeah, I've been really appreciative of it.
I mean, even if those amazing connections are with Wheeler, it's still like a really valuable, nice thing. So that's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gentle reminder for everybody: appreciate people that you're friends with, your family, and things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you were telling that really heartfelt story, I was just like completely shitting the bed at mini golf, like trying not to like giggle because I was just hitting the same spring over and over again, doing the thing that I always fucking do when we play this stupid
All
fucking
right, I gotta
map.
find some more. I gotta find some more depressing stories then.
Well, actually, my next question kind of ties in because one of the funny things that I've seen, because of all the funny things that cancer has with it, this is the funniest that I've come across. When you talking about it is there's a bunch of bum puns all the time. So I got to ask, what's your favorite bum pun?
Um,
That is so hard to say.
I don't know about a favorite pun specific. I appreciate, I'm also in MLN, I'm on Uga's team, the Aruba Sea Serpents.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Who
Yeah.
have
That
been,
was.
who have been asked for this whole time, and yes, now the hype roll is for Hanny's ass, and
Yep.
all
That's
of
a
the
good
things
one.
that get said for that are appreciative, and are pretty great. Like this, currently we're having a pretty solid offensive game, and one of the
So-
comments was, we do so much for Hanny's ass, and
Yeah.
they're not wrong.
It's been a really I'll say it's been a really fun game to umpire.
Yeah.
Cuz
Well, especially because then you get to trash talk me to Uga in the pitching chat.
I have so many messages from him, Dirk, and Mo right now. I don't know if like Polly. Also, another shout out, Pollywog, the real one, the fake one. I don't fucking know.
I was saying, or Paul E. Wyatt.
I don't know.
I don't know what the difference is. Can someone? Because Pollywog is a great name in my opinion, but I don't know what the hell is going on with like the
I think
one
Hanny
with
might
the
have
I
to
or
explain
the
it
one with the L.
because I don't get it.
I mean, I think they changed it to be
Yeah.
similar.
So
Yeah.
Be funny.
Mm-hmm. And I think
yeah. Go ahead.
because one of them is a notoriously slow pitcher, and so I think to disguise which one gets pinged, or
Yeah.
to not when people get angry.
So it is actually two people.
Yeah, it is. So Wally Pog,
Personal team.
I guess. Yeah, but Wally Pog is like the original, and
Okay.
And
No,
I think it's
Pollywog.
Wally Pag.
Hey, I
is
won.
Pollywog. Now I'm
Hey,
confused.
Leo!
First time that's happened.
Hey,
Hey, Leo.
nice.
I think it's Pollywog and Pollywog, and the L in Polly is either an L or a capital I.
No, that's the case. But I was going to say, for the record, I believe it's Pollywag
Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
is it?
It
Okay.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is.
because I think it's they use the Pokemon of a similar name in the PFP. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Shout out. He's the other.
Oh
arm
yeah,
in
it's
that
Wally
game with-
Pag. So
Yeah.
it's Pollywag. Yeah.
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 Which I used to know at the time. My kid is now collecting Pokemon cards,
Nice.
which is fun.
Nice.
Um,
nice.
I turned her onto it just as an excuse for me to go to the store and buy baseball
Go to your
cards.
retirement account.
So, my what?
Your retirement account.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's true.
You assume
What?
that we have one of those? What the fuck are you saying?
I'm just saying that you're going to spend so much money on Pokemon
Oh.
cards now that you're not going to have your retirement account.
Oh,
You're gonna
she
die
gets like
homeless
a
because of
$5 pack
Pokemon.
on the weekend. Yeah.
How Pokemon cards ruined my marriage. Quick
Yeah.
I can't stop. I can't stop.
My wife did have to tell me that I'm not allowed to buy any more baseball cards for a while.
Our garage is filled.
Twice.
Oh, you got the second reminder?
My mom
I mean, there's been conversations. There's
and
been
now we have
conversations.
2 baseball rooms in the house,
Oh my god, you fucking
which are rooms
fiends.
dedicated to baseball things.
Dude, my
Jeez.
girlfriend beat
And
my
they are
ass.
the dream.
they are amazing rooms, and I'm so glad that he has them. But oh my god, it has been literally since before I was born. He's been collecting.
Oh yeah.
They are
Jesus.
expensive.
You gotta take some pics and show us what you got.
I mean, if I went through and took pictures of things individually, I would.
Well, just like hit the highlights then. We got a sports card channel, man. Come on, share 'em.
I will at some point.
Wow.
Let
I
me
don't know
just
if
say
it
the
is.
Survivor Challenge for the scavenger hunt, where we had to take a picture of a specific player's baseball card, was a breeze. We walked in there, and I was like, I'm sure one of these are somewhere. And then I just was like, oh, yep, there's one.
Damn.
That's nice.
I don't think I've ever seen a room like that except for maybe one time. But it was more of like a bat collection than like a card collection.
I grew up with like a single mom, and we were pretty poor.
Mhm.
And now that I'm not like super poor, and I'm super fortunate. I understand that I'm lucky to be in this situation, yada yada yada. But like, it's really hard for me not to say like, well, I can afford like a $40 box of cards today.
Right?
Like, it's not gonna be the end of the world, you know.
Yeah.
But the problem is if I say that like every day,
Yeah.
then it does become like a problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you multiply that shit
Yeah.
by 15, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, and so like I'm trying real hard to be like disciplined, but like I quit smoking, and that was my willpower for the life. Like I was able to not to stop
God
smoking
bless you.
cigarettes, and that's where all of my willpower went. And frankly, I've even made this joke to my wife. She does not think it's funny, but I'm like, how about I just go back to smoking cigarettes and I won't buy so many cards? And she goes, that's not okay.
Yeah.
So,
I
man,
can understand why she might say that.
Yeah,
I would not recommend it.
yeah.
dude, I feel
And I mean,
that.
don't get me wrong. I'm not going to go back to smoking. I do miss cigarettes every day, but who doesn't? You know.
I don't.
I do.
Did you smoke?
Nope.
Well, that's why. I also don't miss, that one moment of bliss that I experienced in my life. Yeah.
No, I quit too a long time ago, and a few months later I quit drinking soda, and honestly, the soda was harder than the
That's
cigarettes.
how I got through. I mean,
Right.
there's a reason my fat ass is 300 pounds. I got through quitting smoking by eating whatever junk food I wanted.
Right.
And,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I had my uncle died of a heart attack at like 53, and basically we went to the funeral and saw how just destroyed my aunt was and
Mhm.
all that. My wife was basically like, "Hey, that's not going to be me, so we need to stop," and we did. We quit smoking.
How old were you?
Good job, man.
Thanks. This was what, 2009, so like just past. I was probably 30, 31.
Yep. I was like
At that point.
32, 33.
Yeah, it was a pack a day for 10 years.
Oof.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and you see what that got me.
Yeah. Sorry, that's not funny at all. But I know. Yeah.
Listen,
It's a little funny.
It's really
Yeah.
not. It's really fucking
He's
terrible.
allowing us to laugh at it. All right.
I listen. That's how I deal with it. I've been
Yeah,
making
no,
jokes since day one, so don't worry.
Yeah.
I encourage it.
I mean, we had, and Hanny, I'm sure you've had this or about to have it since you got a little one too, but our kid went to nursery school and we had a baby at the house, and we finally just started, because we were pretty COVID cautious, so we didn't go out much. And we had respiratory illnesses in my house every month of the first 6 or 7 months of this year. And I would be out for like a week and a half. Like I was out of breath, hacking crap up, like wheezy. Like I got an inhaler for the first time in my life. I have a breathing treatment now, just like a preventative sort of thing, like a do this, and so hopefully it doesn't get worse next time. I took a steroid. I got COVID, and I did the Paxlovid stuff. And I mean, I'm mostly past it now, but like every time they're like, "Whoa, this is weird," and I'm like, "Yeah." Is this the smoking coming back to get me? Because I really don't want to deal with that right now. So like it does sit in the back of your head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Definitely be like
I've been
that.
lucky. Like both times we had COVID run through the house, which were both times thanks to daycare. I appreciate that, guys.
Daycare in Florida caused COVID. You don't
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, exactly.
Florida man.
And don't get me started on that.
I'm
Luckily, both times I've been the least affected of anybody in the house.
nice.
I get any respiratory thing, I get a lingering cough, though.
Yeah.
Where it just takes a little while for it to go away, finally, even when all the other symptoms are gone. And I had that really bad this last time I had COVID, but that's really been about it as far as lung-wise. But, I guess it decided to manifest elsewhere.
Well, it's hard to make that connection, right? Did you ask?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just, even if it wasn't that, even if it wasn't lung cancer, it's just, it causes it. Like, it's
Yeah.
one of many factors that contributed.
Yeah.
If I had never smoked, then I probably would have been a lot less likely to get it,
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, I quit soda a few months later just to lose weight and that sort of thing. And yeah, that was a lot harder to do than Quinn smoking. But I did both cold turkey.
Did you move to
That's how-
diet soda, or what'd you move to?
No. Water.
Wow.
I went to
Very
water
nice.
mostly a lot of times with the Mio enhancer kind of stuff.
Got it.
But
Imagine how bad the cancer would have been if you had switched to diet.
yeah, I couldn't. My mother and my grandmother drank diet when I was growing up, and I tried it, and I'd rather have nothing than that.
Dude, what ruined that shit
Yeah,
for me?
I wish I could have made that.
What ruined that for me is like both my parents smoked, and like they always had like a can that had like
Mhm.
cigarette butts in it. And I remember that I one time accidentally drank out of one that was like only had like 2 cigarettes in
Just the
it, so it
dumbest
was
idea.
mostly diet
Tasty.
soda, and it was just horrible. Like I didn't realize it was the ashtray, and yeah, it was fucking disgusting. So I was like, taste aversion to soda, or at least diet soda.
Nice.
Yeah, I do love
So
me
I need
some
to start
Sprite, though.
smoking again. Use a soda can for the ashtray.
And then drink it.
Trick myself into drinking it,
Yeah,
and then
Mhm.
that knocks off the soda, and then I can quit smoking again because I've already done that. And it's easy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Step 4 profit.
Yep.
Stomped on that.
So let's pivot slightly again. You
Pivot.
did say your wife was going to listen to the podcast, and I'm so excited about that. Friends reference received.
We'll get 50.
Thank you. I was wait.
What
hoping
does
somebody
she
knows
think
that.
of MLR?
She refers to you guys as my internet friends.
Yeah, that's
My
what my
wife does
yeah. My girlfriend does the same thing.
She checks in, every now and again, just like, oh, so how's the server doing? Half the time I think it's a hint to put down the phone.
Definitely.
Yep. But honey, I have to moderate this very active and loose cannon of a server.
That's right. I gotta be in every
There's-
channel. I gotta
There's
every
degenerates
notification
on
I
here.
got. I gotta check every channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think she appreciates because we moved from a much bigger city in Florida to a small city here and left behind, pretty much our whole friend group
Mm-hmm.
and everything. So, and we're not hugely social people, so we weren't going to go out to local game night and meet new friends kind of thing. So this, was my opportunity to meet some new folks, even if it is just online, and it's been great.
Online games and Discord was my social circle during COVID. So
Yeah.
It still is my social circle. So
yeah.
It definitely helped because that's actually I joined. I want to say February of 2020. So, a month later we were all locked in. So that's what, most of my time went.
A happy coincidence.
Mhm. Happy. COVID.
So what's your
Unfortunately.
favorite board game, Hannibal?
I'm an old school Monopoly guy.
Ah.
Cones of
Wow.
Devonshire,
I did
everybody.
not expect that.
I missed out on the board game renaissance.
Hmm.
Because we're not the kind of people that were going to go out to game nights and do anything like that. So growing up, it was Trivial Pursuit, which I love to this day, obviously, and Monopoly.
Risk. You like Risk? I have to.
I do like Risk.
As someone who likes Risk,
We had
I'm
a,
obligated to ask everybody.
Didn't play a lot on the. Oh, that was backwards. Did not play the board game version a lot, but we also had a stretch here during an MLR where there was a Risk bot for Discord
Oh wow, really?
that somebody discovered, and it became the thing to do for about 2 months.
Just
which is
That's
surprisingly
fucking
enough
crazy.
the average time it takes to finish a game.
Yeah. Or Monopoly for that matter.
And
Yeah.
how many enemies were made in those 2 months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of them are actually not even playing anymore. So
That's
it's amazing.
Right.
It's amazing the attrition we get sometimes. Like there were some of the bigger name people from my draft who were like, if you go back and look at the rankings in the college baseball server on who was the most talkative, and that sort of thing, and how many of them are gone now, or at the very least, just not in Maine.
Right.
Kind of crazy.
It is weird to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Who was drafted ahead of you? Do you remember?
Sarah Curvingson-Worth.
No idea.
Yeah, I believe. Who was second? Was it Doc Crudelli that was second? I think third was Trevor Rose, and then me.
Trevor Rose is the
I
only
gotta admit,
person
I don't
that
really get around MLR, but I don't know.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
on the
Sarah's been-
Guardians.
Trevor's name.
Yeah, Trevor's on the
Yeah,
Guardians.
Who is?
Trevor's.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's isn't he GMing one of the minor league teams? Or was it last season?
I don't think so. I'm trying to remember who's in GM
Dave
lounge.
said, I don't think you're right, actually.
No, you know what?
I
Actually,
think you're wrong.
I
that
don't
might
know.
be the case because actually, I want to say Trevor might have been promoted to co-GM on the Guardians. So
Yeah. I don't know, even though
Something
I hang
like
out on
that.
that server all the time.
Trevor's cool dude. So,
Nice.
but a lot of people I still remember were like surprised on the pick. They were like, I don't think he was as because you guys have seen. I think that when it comes to the draft, it was about activity more than anything, right? Because stats are stats. Like it's all luck. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't think Trevor was as active as a lot of the other people, so it was kind of a surprise. But I think they ended up knowing what they were doing because
Yeah.
he's a good guy, and has been getting the opportunity to GM minor league, and like I said, I think he's co-GM now. But yeah, Sarah left the league. I'm not sure about Doc. I think he did too.
Have you, to return to the wife real quick, have you ever invited her to play?
I have not. I don't think she'd be interested.
Okay.
Um,
Do you guys you have your own things that you do, your own little hobbies, and never the two shall meet sort of thing?
more or less.
Hole in one.
I mean, we both talk about him, but yeah, we're not gonna do them together, or we might. I don't know, but like something like this, that I just plus with the baby,
Oh, yeah.
she being a mom is number one. Being a dad's number one, but a lot of times I get ignored by the baby.
I don't know at all what you're talking about.
No, I've never experienced that myself.
Yeah. Oh, look at that!
Hey, I didn't know we were doing a tournament.
I didn't know I was doing well.
Sad. I even got a hole in one on the last.
What is your wife? What is her things?
That's a good question. She doesn't. She watches British reality shows like competition,
Nice.
like the Great British Sewing Bee, the Great Pottery Throwdown.
Pottery
Taskmaster.
Yeah. We watched Taskmaster a lot.
Oh, that's we.
It is
very
good.
He said we, not she. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one we did together.
what is that?
To be honest with you, actually, we watch what Taskmaster.
Yeah, what is that?
So
Is it like a planner?
Game show in. It's a show in England where they have. They basically get 4 or 5 comedians, and they get assigned different tasks each show that are just absurd,
Boom.
random things like, trying to think of some of the better ones, but it was stuff like, move this thing around the house with only these other things available. It's like
Right, yeah, I
stupid
feel
dumb stuff
you.
like that,
Yeah.
or
Makes
right.
sense.
But it's just hilarious because number one, they're comedians, so they're trying to be funny with the stuff that they do, and other times it's just legitimately the sincerity of their frustration with it and everything comes through.
Oh, and then the times
And then-
that they find ways around the rules.
Yes.
The lateral thinking part makes it funny too.
And then the host, Greg Davies, just will shut him down. Like, "That- you didn't do it right, so no points." You know.
Where do you watch this at? What
Yeah.
service is it on?
YouTube has them.
A lot of
Yeah.
clips on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now,
We watch.
seasons 1 through 15 are on there. 16 just started.
Yeah, we stopped watching. We watched like the first COVID season, and just I think because of what COVID affected and everything, it just felt different. Like they couldn't do some of the same style tasks and everything, and we just never went back to it after that.
Well, it's
We
back.
keep thinking about it.
It's back to fun, so
Good.
Watch
My
it.
wife's thing is supernatural shows, except
Mhm.
for time travel. She hates
What-
time travel more than anything else in the world.
Just like what shows?
Oh man.
I'm not a huge fan of the time travel ones either, but like what shows? I also like.
She's she's specifically. It's a bit stereotypical, but I mean, whatever. I'm a chunky dude who likes playing fake baseball online, so I mean, I'm stereotyping myself. She likes vampires, and if they happen to be like younger and melodramatic, all the better.
and sexy.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course, sexy. I mean, you're not on TV if you're not sexy, right?
That's
I
not
mean,
true.
that's not. Yeah.
Who's on TV that's not sexy in a vampire show?
In a
You
bit.
didn't- okay.
I don't know.
I-
Like
I-
maybe
well, that
like
was
the
in my head, I was on the
maybe
vampire
like
show.
the grandma or something. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Maybe to some people.
I'm getting to that age where some of those grandmas are pretty good.
Oh, boy.
I didn't want to say that, but like, I was gonna say maybe for some older.
Like, you
folk,
agree,
it's
or you're
okay.
like,
No, just
shocked
like-
you're old enough to. Got it.
Well, that I mean, yeah, I mean, if for the roast, I guess, but more of just like, and even then, some of the grandmas, I'm sure people find appealing.
Yeah, I mean,
various
Look, man,
ways.
everybody's got this. Is the I grew up with the internet. If there's one thing I've learned, there's
Yes.
somebody for everybody.
That's
So-
what I'm. That's basically what I'm
And
saying.
everybody is somebody's ideal. Like, there's someone out there right now who thinks I am a big piece of man meat, and
Hopefully,
God
your
bless
wife-
their soul.
I think you're married.
I don't know if I would say that. She said to deal with me. So, I mean, sometimes, sure, but not like regularly. I don't think she walks down the street and goes, look at those cargo
Right.
shorts. You know, she's not that into it.
My girlfriend only gets that way after like
No.
her third shot.
Look at those sandals with socks.
Yeah. Just like same basketball
daughter-
shorts for
my
4
daughter
days.
loves wearing
Nice.
sandals and socks. Oh hell yeah, baby. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I just got a pair. I just got 3 new pairs of
3.
3 new pairs of gym shorts.
Dude, shit.
Living the high life, man.
Yeah.
I have a brand new weekly wardrobe. Is what I got.
Yeah, I was about to say
One
like
pair per week, or
yeah.
No,
per month,
I
bro.
certainly went out. I sit a lot,
Yeah.
because of the job. I'm on a lot of calls, and the aforementioned habit of drinking a lot of soda. I like to rotate them out just to maintain consistency. I think you
Swamp
can all read
ass.
between the lines here. I was thinking more burying farts in the seat, but sure.
Okay.
Neither sound appealing.
Yeah, it's like okay. You didn't need to correct me.
What did you say, Leo?
I said neither sound at all appealing.
Yeah, it sounds like there was no point correcting. They're both bad.
Well, I don't want to hide things. Tanny's wife is going to listen, so we got to go. We got to lay it all in the field. For
Also, Zand. Don't forget about Zand.
Zan.
Right. Shout out to
Zan is a. Have we had a shout out to Zan yet?
We
I,
have
s-
not.
I
Shout
snuck
out
one.
to
I snuck one in, but
Did you?
it was.
Well,
it,
Well,
it
you have
was
that thing where it's hard for us to. It's hard, at least for me. It's hard for me to hear you sometimes. But
also
when I
the mic
listen to the
delay.
podcast, you are crystal clear.
Yeah. Also, the mic delay
So-
will just fuck it up, so it's fine. But yeah.
Yeah, man,
Shout out.
yeah.
Shout out.
Haney, do you have thoughts on Zan or anything you wanted to say to him real quick while we're here?
Hi, Zan. He was actually one of the first people to ever talk to me through voice because he was one of the co-hosts of the season 5 draft stream,
Oh, nice.
and I
Oh,
joined
nice.
that for a couple minutes when I was
Got it.
drafted.
Nice.
You introduced MLR to your dulcet tones along with Zan.
I did.
Uh,
Yes.
yes.
I've never heard him speak. Does he have a pretty strong accent?
I wouldn't say it was that strong. I mean, you knew there was an accent, but it's not like you couldn't understand what he was saying or anything.
Got it. Okay. That's all I got there.
Well, damn.
We have. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Stupido.
No, I was cussing at my golf ball.
Oh, okay.
As one does.
Yep. I'm gonna have to 3-putt this one. We have one last question that I got here. As a mod, do you have a good mod story, like where you got to wield the hammer of righteous justice, or like a bad mod story where you
Also
to wield
wielded the
the-
hammer of righteous justice.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But maybe less righteously and justly.
Well, a lot of it goes back to, I think in both cases, axe finesse. So, Axe had been making comments for a long time that were, at the very least misogynistic, sorts of
Sorry?
things. He kind of carved out this character. And that, I compared him once to Dan Fielding from Night Court, to show how old I am.
Wow.
And
That reference.
John there.
but that's except without all the charm. And it so he was trying to he was portraying, to me, still to this day, it was a character he was doing, but because he was a huge wrestling fan, and as a fellow wrestling fan, I knew what he was doing, and even when we were both on the Tigers together, he liked trying to concoct storylines to just kind of spice up things in the main server. So again, that's why I go back to a lot of it being a character, but it was obviously pushing a line and it was bothering people, and something finally had to be done about it. And
Was this one of
our
those like
team,
it's your dog, so you need to go do it sort of thing?
yeah, pretty much.
Ugh.
I actually, in the mod thing, was like, all right, let's finally just do this and put it to bed. And it felt a little personal too, because he upset me because he never could take ownership of it. It's like if he ever just once said, you know what, you're right, I was doing something dumb here and I see how it hurt people, it would have gone so much further, and he never did. And so that's why I felt comfortable pushing it to happen. And it sucked because, like I said, he was one of the people I actually talked to the most in the server. And we haven't talked since
That's
either.
hard.
Yeah, but he, if that's how he's gonna do it, then you can't do that. And so that one, like I said, it was a good moment because it was something that needed to be done, but it was a bad moment because of just how it was personal.
Also, it's
for
not
someone
like you're
his
rooting
age
for
to
people
not
to get
do it.
banned either.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
that's the shit
you
part
don't
of
want
it.
to do
Even
it,
if people
but
are like
it's
rude
gotta-
or being assholes or whatnot, like you don't fucking want to do it. Like,
I was hoping there was like a highlight where you I don't know, you banned, you timed out somebody and then their team went on like a run or something and they didn't get to be a part of it and it was a big joke sort of thing. Like that was the good mod story I was hoping for. This got kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
You're
I
the
don't
third.
think that's.
You're the third
Right.
person that we've had on the podcast that has had some sort of story of like, this person was my friend, and then this weird internet shit happened, and I kind of lost like a friend. And we talked like earlier, like this is our social circle. This is like, I don't know,
Yeah.
internet friends or not, they're friends. So it sucks. I guess when you're on the internet long enough and you have social connections to the internet long enough, just like in
Mhm.
real life, there's drama and shit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But, it is what it is. Obviously, bad mod moment, too. Again, going back to the Oakland situation last season. We don't have to delve deep into that. I think things have been said about it. We've tried to kind of, I think, as a group, start with a clean slate and move forward with it. Try to do things better going forward. So we don't have to rehash it or anything, but it sucked in the moment, I gotta say.
We've talked a bit about it with an ex-Lomer. If you want to have a discussion about stuff, feel free. Well, you don't have to.
Yeah.
So what was that, Leo?
Sorry, I would like to call attention to the use of the phrase "lomer."
I mean, the phrase was ex-Lomer, so
I'm sorry. I'd like
That
to call
sounds like
attention
the
to the
name of
phrase
like a
ex-Lomer.
basketball player. I don't know.
ex-Lomer,
Yeah.
like a hidden character on NBA Jam.
From like a European country, yeah. I don't know why.
Do I have to ban you for being racist?
Nikola
I've done that before.
Please don't.
He literally just told us the story.
Right.
First off, do you not get the NBA Jam reference?
I
I
don't.
think Damian would.
No.
Oh my god!
He's
only-
on
Alright.
fire.
A fire.
The only
Oh wow!
the only NBA Jam reference I get is OG Space Jam DVD. Space Jam DVD. That's
Welcome
Okay.
to the
Some-
Space Jam DVD.
yeah, Space Jam DVD.
There was an arcade basketball game where it was 2-on-2, and like you chucked each other, you dunked from like half court. If you made 3 shots in a row, you were on fire and you couldn't miss. You could also goaltend with
Mhm.
impunity. It was amazing. There was
Yeah.
big head mode where they had these big heads. There were hidden players. There was always a rumor you could
Oh,
get
yeah.
Michael Jordan. I don't know if you ever actually could.
On a machine, you can store your name, and your stats were there. It was one of the first few games that started that, I think.
Oh yeah,
Huh.
I didn't know that because my stats were terrible because I was not good at that game.
Right. I feel like
Like a
X
Bo
Lomer,
Jackson and Retro Bowl type thing.
dude, for real. X Lomer would
Well-
be like the Bo Jackson, where it's like he can just outrun everybody by like 0.01 meters, and you can just run back and forth the whole game and win.
So you know the Bo Jackson reference from, I'm assuming, Tecmo Bowl,
Yeah,
which predates NBA Jam by a
NBA
decade.
Jam.
yeah.
It was on an episode of Family Guy.
Okay, that's why.
Also,
Yeah.
We need to get a hold of Family Guy.
is
What-
NBA Jam the one with corner threes?
Yeah, I can't remember what game that. I know what
That was
episode of
also
Family
on
Guy you're
Family
talking
Guy.
about.
That episode of Family Guy is very funny because they just stole the footage from YouTube.
Yeah,
And when the highlights of that episode aired on YouTube, the people who they stole the footage from got copyright strikes because their footage was now in an episode of Family Guy without Family Guy's permission.
I've heard of that.
that's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
I love it.
What
It's
what
great.
game is that? It would be on the Super Nintendo.
What game is what?
It's an NBA.
It's
game,
like an
and
NBA
it's
game,
old.
yeah. And like the hack is like if you shoot the corner 3, like in a specific way, it goes in every fucking time.
I don't know that one.
Yeah,
He
I can't.
don't miss.
I
I
can't-
think the kids say.
Yeah, I can't remember what game it is,
Are
but
you
it's
talking
yes,
you done
it's
moving
tech.
me around the board, or
I just am. I'm
you're very lovable.
unlovable. So you wanted to be away from me. Someone just stole something from me.
That was me.
Dayman.
That
Come
was
on,
me.
man.
I'm a little thief. Bam.
We didn't talk about it, but earlier Dayman put
Sneaky little-
3 bumpers
sneaky little
around
snake.
Hanny and just totally fucked his shit up for like
Yeah.
7 strokes.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I
Is
just
that
did
better or
just-
worse than me tornadoing the hole so Henny could not finish
Oh.
the last 10 seconds of the hole.
I didn't see that one, but that's
All right,
amazing.
well,
Yeah.
see it in the rewatch.
I've just been
Yeah.
fucking with Stupido this whole time. I just keep
Yeah.
playing things every fucking stroke. I played the backwards
If
Yeah,
you're
you don't have to
Find
hit it
out
really
how
hard.
long
You can
it
just.
Oh,
Oh, all right, Hanny. We reached the point where we're out of questions, which means
Fucking
we give you
meltdown.
an option to ask us some questions. So, would you have any questions for us?
We also need an episode title, so
Yeah.
keep that in mind too.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah.
Is there like
fuck cancer.
anything that you guys have wanted to know about just MLR in general that you haven't gotten answers to yet?
Oh,
You
fuck.
know.
Andy's gonna spill the tea.
Oh, I didn't say that, but
What's your
Oh,
next
that's what
pitch
you
number?
implied. And that's what I'm gonna
Depends
assume
how-
you're gonna do, and I'm gonna be
Depends on
disappointed
the
if you
question
don't.
you're asking.
What's your next pitch number?
Yeah.
What's your next pitch
Yeah.
number?
Yeah, we don't do that here.
Yeah, unfortunate. That would be my question
Are
though.
you
So
He went hard mod mode there.
yeah,
Are you even allowed to joke about that?
yes, because nobody will watch this.
Hey man, we get double-digit viewers consistently.
Zan's opinion of me is gonna get a tank.
We
but
get Zan
I'll win it
watched
back.
this
We have
50
we
times.
have over 40 views to all of our release podcast, and upwards of 3 to 4 likes per podcast.
More views
Oh,
than
man.
players
I-
in MLR Fantasy.
I'd
So
like
it's
to
more
thank
popular.
Zan for being all of those viewers.
It's just Zan
Yes.
just refreshing
Yeah.
over
Zan
and over.
and his alts.
Different IP addresses.
I would like to thank Hannibal's wife for going back and rewatching the back catalog now that she's a fan,
Yes,
and
yeah.
we really appreciate her sharing it with her friends, so they can chuckle at what her husband does with his free time.
Yeah.
Oh, she wouldn't share that.
My daughter
no?
has told
Damn.
her
No.
friends about this, and they think I'm funny.
I'm sorry, your daughter's okay. We're gonna have to fuck off with the handy questions.
Yeah.
Your daughter listens to the podcast
No.
with her friends.
No. My daughter has told their friends that I do
Oh.
fake baseball and that I do a podcast related to it, and they think that's funny.
Okay,
Do they
so
think
they
that
haven't found it.
No, but
Do
they,
they think
will
that-
one day.
Do they
Hi,
think that
friends,
you're
friends.
the? I'm
Oh,
fucking
no.
dead, dude. Do they? Do
That's
they
great.
think that you're like the cool dad then, Stupido?
Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
Do they? Do
Because of my
they?
hobbies, they think I'm cool.
It's better than not
What
being
what
a
hobbies is it that makes you cool?
Fake baseball.
Fake baseball, for one.
Okay.
Recording podcasts with people from fake baseball.
I
Too.
practice
So,
lock picking, so they
fa-
think that's cool.
Oh, Stupido is
practice lock-
Stupido is the
big right
lockpicking lawyer confirmed.
I am.
Lockpicking is big right now.
Oh, lockpicking is very big right now.
Yeah, lock picking lawyer. Shout out to lock picking lawyer.
Shout out. Shout out.
83629. You can open it with another master lock, 83629. And then
They
just slam them together.
they enjoy my D&D closet. They think it's funny. I have one.
I think there needs to be a lot of disclaimers around your daughter's friends enjoying your D&D closet.
They just like. They think it's funny that I have a D&D closet.
Okay, I'm just that
I'm
seems
jealous.
like a. Okay. Yes. Fair enough.
The youth hate D&D closets.
Do they?
It's a known
Well, they
fact.
don't hate it. They hate that you have one and that they don't.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
jealous.
they're
Yes, they're
jealous.
very
It's
jealous.
envy.
Part of it is that the housing market means that they will not be able to have their own closet, but that's
You can change that pronoun to we.
Yeah.
if we're sharing people that we have sent the podcast to or mentioned the podcast to, I sent it to somebody I met on Hinge, who I have since stopped talking to. Whether that is because I brought up the fact that I'm on a fake baseball podcast, I think is debatable, and we'll leave it at that.
I don't think it's debatable.
I can't believe-
I think you know the answer.
I can't believe you people tell everybody about this. Like,
Especially when you
Oh,
first
yes.
meet somebody, Bro, come on now. Come on
That's
now.
crazy. Look at that. Look at that.
Leo, that was a hell of
Look
a
at
that was a hell of a tournament.
Look at
Hannibal,
that.
you are not good at mini golf.
Hannibal,
I am
you are
great.
bad.
I am great at mini golf IRL, but
Oh yeah.
not here. Yes.
So the one of the ideas we've had is that
Last one, by the way.
episode 100 is going to be live. We're all going to wear mics and like GoPros and shit. So yeah, you're not going to be invited to that because I don't want to be.
Why not?
Because I'm terrible at mini golf in real life, and I don't want to look like the fool when Hannibal's out there fucking acing every hole.
Fake baseball goes to the batting cages for episode 200.
Dude, last time I was at the batting cages, oh man,
God,
did
I
I
had
get
to
my
break
shit
my back.
smoked. Dude, oh my god, that, like, for the next day, my arms literally felt like
It hurts.
I was gonna fucking die, and I swear I was like maybe in the 65-mile-an-hour batting cage.
Me, an
Like,
active
Oh,
maybe?
look at you
player.
bragging.
Let's go.
Look at you bragging.
And I
was
wasn't
thinking
hitting
45
anything.
last time.
I wasn't hitting shit. I was just ticking the ball slightly, and then my
I would
fucking
hit.
arms hurt.
I'd hit. As a former baseball player, I would make contact probably up to the 80 cage.
Well,
Oh, look at
Don't
you.
worry, I'll just pitch to y'all, and then you can hit off of me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just don't hit off of me in MLR. I'll pitch to y'all in MLR. Just don't hit off me there, please. Real life, it's
well,
fine.
we had you, but it was the sub that got us.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about my outing against the Cardinals. That was very recent. However, I will tell you about it if pressed.
Yeah, he gave
So
up
about that
like
outing with the
he gave up
Cardinals.
like 4 straight hits.
It was 3.
Bad.
They asked me if I wanted to pitch. I said, of course I do. I got put in the game. There was a runner on second. I gave up a double. That runner scored. And then I gave up a walk. And then I gave up a single. And then I was not pitching in that game anymore.
But
Did they
guys,
ask you if you wanted to stop pitching?
They did not ask me. I was told that I would be not pitching anymore.
And you were like, yeah, fair. I get that.
That's a reaction that one could have. I will not say that that's the one that I had, but that is
Fair
one.
enough.
That is a reaction.
Damn it.
Hanny, I thought of a thing
Okay.
Congratulations.
that I would like to know. Thank you, Leo.
All right.
How many channels are there?
Oh Lord.
And let me ask it this way: how many? Because this is more inclusive or more expansive, maybe even. How many channels do you have to moderate as a mod? Because I'm thinking FCB, and I'm thinking MLR, but maybe there's more.
Well,
Like MILR.
I always conveniently forget that FCB exists
Okay,
after a certain point. Usually halfway
So-
through the season.
this is coming out after the mod survey where we say like the mod satisfaction survey. So I guess
yeah.
that's a good thing.
Nah, it's just I'm busy looking at the main server, and then it's like, oh wait, I get pinged for something in FCB, and it was like, oh wait, yeah, this thing.
You're like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
should be looking in here on a regular basis.
you're like,
yeah.
people have
Yeah.
been saying the rudest shit here. What? No, I'm just kidding.
Said
Well,
mods are gone. Same
Um,
things.
Related. So I
FCB.
know
But I
there's there's the report a post, and I've done it once in my life here, and within a minute it was gone. Is that lucky or is that normal?
Report a post like
There's like the link you can go to report.
the league feedback where you fill out the little form, or like a actual
No, it's like
Discord thing.
an actual Discord. It's like I don't know, there's like a command you can get the link if there's a post that you think violates the rules.
No.
This has been-
I need to fix my.
through. To be honest with you,
I need to
I
change
love
my
the idea. I
survey.
have no idea what that is. I'll find it.
I don't see that either. I just went to it. Where did you find that?
I don't remember.
It was in a dream.
Was it a fever
What
dream?
reports?
I
What
saw it in a
post
dream.
did you report?
There was a post that was a little questionable, and that's what I put in there, and it was gone within a minute.
Well, one time I
usually
said
if we
catnip, and Automod didn't like that.
No, this wasn't an auto mod; it was an actual.
that
I'll
auto
find it.
mod is
Mod hates cats.
It was like you can't say nip, and I was like, but I can say titty. I'm confused.
Well, yeah, of course. One is referring to the human body part, and the other is referring to the bird. I mean, let's come on, Dayman. Don't act like you don't know what you're doing here.
Oh, mother.
But
shut me down in MLR Fantasy because I pinged too many people. But it was only when I edited the post that it shut me down.
Yeah, that was weird too.
I wonder if that's some sort of security measure so that you can't go back and edit it to a malicious link. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah, the auto mod. So there's a professional wrestler by the name of Chad Gable.
Okay.
And in the wrestling discussion channel, people were trying to post about him because he's been having a pretty good push lately.
And for some reason, Automod kills the word Gable every time.
Huh.
And we still haven't quite figured out why.
Damn.
Wait till they figure out about Hall of Fame pitcher Gaylord Perry.
Yeah.
Wait till Autobot finds out that gay people exist.
Freaking Automod, man.
Freaking Autobot.
In one of Basil's servers, we can't say fuck, so Automod really hates us.
God, Autobot, yeah. I posted my coffee golf score. I said, man, this course is fucking hard. Man. I was like, Basil, I said the F word, and the turtle banned me.
I didn't get an answer on how many channels there were, Hanny. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the math on it.
1.3 billion.
It's easily over 100, I think. And that's not counting FCB, because FCB has its own, like there's alumni channels and stuff like that. So there's a ton in there. But, a lot of them, there's some that don't get used that often or at all sometimes. So it's, unless, the channel's turned white and it's got a little dot next to it, don't really need to go in there. So I just clear those as quickly as I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
GPW, you not playing this round?
What am I? Sorry. I was trying to find that link.
That's okay.
I mean, do your thing. It doesn't matter.
We're at our time for sure.
Yeah, we're getting.
It's long.
I've definitely bored everybody enough.
Wrong.
Not me.
This has been a nice fireside chat,
I've enjoyed it.
and I've only
I
done
hope,
the thing.
I hope
with
your
my
wife
daughter's
has learned a
neighbor.
little bit about what you do and how much you're appreciated in the community.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's all I got.
Shout out to Hannibal's wife, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate the home run earlier. I didn't feel too bad about it. Not gonna lie.
Damn.
I
haven't won a fucking game yet. I didn't feel bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hit a nuke off you. I don't care about how you feel about it. I hit a nuke.
I mean, I'm okay trading that one home run if I get these last two outs.
Yeah,
so
that's what I that's what I figured too. Just like, well,
Will Dayman ever win a game?
sad panda.
Two of you don't get to see him, but Hannibal is a grade A punter in the League Elder Lounge.
Grade A punter. Okay.
Yeah, he's got some great puns in there.
I heard punter and I was like, what? Are you guys like playing like a fake football thing?
Of course.
And then why would fake football have a punter?
FCFB, bud. When you punt, you got to put a number in.
FCFB.
If they get close to it, they block it.
They returned the punt for a 90-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
How does fake football work? Is there like a specific person who is the punter?
There is no punter.
You do no. You're your whole team, and it's just
Yeah.
plays. So like, if it's fourth down, then you can say like punt, and then you put a number. And
Okay.
like, yeah.
Shout out fake college football. Shout out Luke Fromm, who was notoriously banned for alting in fake college football.
Long dome.
NL Central, Quick Dome.
Shout out to Quick Dome, which got me on the starboard this week.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm on there for a
Shout
crypto
out to
joke.
Starboard
You're on there for
getting
a.
me on the Quick Dome.
Shout out Luke Fromm for getting me on the long dome.
I'm technically on the starboard, but it's something I said that someone turned into a very nice picture. So
You'll take it.
One day I'll
I
get on
did.
the starboard. I'll get lots of good noodle stars for saying something funny.
what's a
Or you
noodle
can always
star?
go.
That's a SpongeBob reference.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can always go with colonoscopy picks like Homer did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put you can't put your ass, but you can put the inside of your ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Has anyone tried putting their ass? Do we know you can't put your
I
ass?
think somebody
that might get
at some
moderated.
point has probably
Well,
tried
I mean, I'm
it.
asking the
I mean,
mod. That's why I'm curious.
There was a pretty racy video in the
Um,
Real Baseball Chat last night.
Oh, was there? I missed
Still
it.
there.
It's going to be something about the Mariners doing something good, isn't it?
No, it's just
What?
No, it's the Mariners.
no. Yeah, they're
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Thank you.
Ow.
Damn.
But it's also
Yeah.
true.
Fresh off the sweep.
Shout out to Griff.
What was the racy video?
It was somebody getting promoted to the MLB, and then all the teammates celebrating in the locker room. and there was
Oh.
definitely.
Oh, there was like a
Yeah.
yeah. I heard about
Or
that.
Junior
Caminero?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his teammates slapped his ass a lot of times.
And there was a
They
dick.
did.
There was a dick too.
Oh, I did not see that part.
It was
I
like
might
2
have to rewatch
frames.
that.
It was like 2 frames.
Leo's hitting the Kinsey scale again. He's like, "Oh, really?"
Hey,
Yeah.
good pie. Shout out
Yummy.
Junior Caminero if you're watching this, or if
Yeah.
you're in MLR.
Oh, all right.
Junior is a
We'll end it on that
misnomer.
one.
Yeah.
Hanny, thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate and thank you guys for like doing this on a regular basis. Media and content usually starts and then stops fairly quickly. So, 5 or 6 episodes in, it's nice to see. So I really appreciate you guys for doing
We're
that.
happy to be here. We love making them.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care about the views, although viewers, thank you for watching this episode of the Top 5 Podcast. But, we're here because we enjoy doing it.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Make sure to
Get in the
comment.
comments. Get in the comments.
Colons only. Thanks.
Comment your favorite region of the colon.
I prefer
That's the title.
Colon-
That's the
colons have
title.
regions,
Wait,
right?
colon is
The title is your favorite region of the colon.
Yeah.
They're like the heart, right? There's like 4 different regions, right?
I honestly don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
a
Get
humanities
in the
major.
comments. If you know about the colon, get in the comments.
Colon.
This-
Hanny,
this-
do you know about the colon?
This will
I
be on the
assume
quiz.
by this point.
What's that? I think my phone is dying. Sorry, what?
You know what? You don't have to answer.
Yeah.
You know,
It's okay.
10:30 at night. Somehow he's going through a tunnel. So
That's, that'll be for my next appearance.
yes. Okay,
My next
we'll have you
trip.
back for our 100th episode when we play in real life golf, putt or whatever we're allowed to say.
All right.
So, all right. Thanks everybody. Have a good night. Thank you, Hanny. We'll all talk soon.
Hannibal, thanks.